And more punishment could be on the way for a mummers group disqualified from yesterday's competition. Two men who marched with Froggy Carr wore blackface, sparking an uproar. Cleve Bryan is at City Hall. Cleve, you talked with some city officials today and civil rights leaders as well about what's next in this controversy.
Well, civil rights leaders calling for respect, and city leaders say they're looking into their legal options to try and have some accountability for these two people dressed in blackface during the mummers parade.
I know it's a shame to be white in Philly right now.
Two mummers dressed in blackface have Philadelphia officials saying enough is enough.
As an African American, and I'm saying there's nothing funny about this.
These two men who marched with the James Froggy Carr mummers got their club disqualified New Year's Day. Our Matt Petrillo asked Mike Tomaszewski and Kevin Kinkle to clarify if they purposefully or intentionally wore blackface and not just Flyers colors, which were part of Froggy Carr's theme.
Why put blackface on? Why not do any other color?
And I say to them, don't worry about it. That's all. Stay in your neighborhood. Don't worry about it. That's what I do.
It has nothing to do about being racist to the black person or the white person or the yellow person, whatever. It's our tradition.
A day after the parade, Froggy Carr turned us away.
Any comment at all?
We also spoke to city leaders. City Council President Darrell Clark says he's reached out to the city solicitor's office to see if there's any legal kind of punishment possible.
As we're issuing permits for these events, we have to push it to the letter of the law in terms of what's allowable and what's not allowable.
While Froggy Carr wouldn't speak, Jimmy, who did not want to give us his name but says he's a mummer, approached us on 2nd Street to give his perspective.
There's so many more things than to be bothering these guys who just want to have a good time. They didn't mean anything by wearing their black faces, whatever, you know, painting black paint on their face. I don't think it's that big of a deal.
You think it's okay for people to do that?
Yes. Yeah, I don't think it's that big of a deal.
But Minister Rodney Muhammad from the NAACP says asking people not to wear blackface is really about mutual respect.
Respect for my history, and I show respect for yours. I think that's not a lot to ask for in the 21st century from citizens.
Now, just moments ago, a news conference just wrapped up with an attorney for the mummers. Attorney George Badey addressed the controversy. This is what he had to say.
If somebody intentionally wants to sabotage the mummers, to make the mummers look bad, they could do this, and they could make it look bad. But clearly, the rules prohibit this. They've prohibited it for over 60 years at this point, you know, or almost 60 years. And it's something that's completely unacceptable. We agree 100% with Mayor Kenny.
And at this point, we have not confirmed whether these men were actually members of a mummers club or simply decided to march along with them and had bought matching costumes. We'll have more on Eyewitness News at 6 o'clock. Reporting live at City Hall, Cleve Bryan, CBS 3 Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Cleve.